Okay, in St. Kitts, beautiful day today. It's December, and I wanted to go over some things with you on the Philippines. Also, if you get a chance, if you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And we'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll be glad to get back with you. Okay, now, one of the things I want to talk to you about today is the Philippines. Most people don't know this, but the Philippines, and you don't have to take it from me, you can actually do your own research, has some of the strongest banking privacy laws of any country in the world. I would put it above Switzerland. I would put it above Liechtenstein. See, most of these countries, now the banks are totally different. There's a difference between the banks in Switzerland are extremely strong, okay? They've got some of the strongest banks in the world. But the fact is, Philippines does, they have good regulations as far as their banks go, and there are very few banks that have gone bankrupt over there. But percentage-wise, I think it's done a lot better than U.S. banks. But anyway, Philippines is a real good place if you're looking to get in like a residency program. I've got videos on the SRRV visa where you can go in, and it costs almost nothing to get that visa. The only thing is, if you set up a bank account over there, it's very difficult to do it. I don't know of any banks that will let you set up a bank account over there if you're not a resident there. Now, it's very easy to set up the SRRV visa, very inexpensive. We've got clients that have gone over there, and it's a great place to live. One thing I will tell you, they do have a territorial tax system, which is really nice. That means the income that's made outside the country is not taxed. And another thing I like too is the cost of living in the Philippines is incredibly cheap. Just to give you an example, to get your teeth cleaned over there, I saw you could do it for $10 US. The average Filipino, well, the minimum wage over there is under $6 US a day. 6, not 16, 6. I mean, it's incredibly, the labor there is incredibly cheap. As far as English speaking, I don't think you're going to find labor that's cheaper than that. Pakistan's a close, depends on the accent, which one you like better for your business. But if you're looking for places where you can have really strong privacy in the banking system, the Philippines has got it. I've actually seen where the SEC has actually tried to get in those banks, and they just can't do it. I mean, there's been big high-profile cases where regulators have tried to get in the banks over there. But you know what's funny is, and they haven't been successful. The funny thing is you never hear about how strong the banks are over there. Now, whether that will change, I don't know, but I will tell you this. I think one of the reasons the Philippines has not had the pressure so much that other places, like in the Caribbean, have had, is, what they do is countries like Canada, Europe, EU countries coming in, they'll put pressure on these smaller countries and say, look, if you don't bend to us doing this, this, and this, we're going to throw you on a blacklist, and you won't be able to have any flights coming in or wire orders going in your country. And what happens is they bully the hell out of them. And Philippines hasn't had that so much because they're so far on the other end of the planet. A lot of their tourism comes from Southeast Asia, Australia, places that are China, places like that. They don't have the pressure and crap that that these other smaller countries in the Caribbean do. I mean, Belize used to be incredibly airtight, still airtight, but not like it used to be. Belize used to didn't listen to nobody, and they've changed somewhat, but Belize still has good airtight laws. In fact, their IBCs, once they're set up, there's a zero statute of limitation period, not just on trust, but on their IBCs too. Most people don't know that. That's on lawsuits and stuff like this. So in other words, the courts won't even let them in the actual courts themselves on a lawsuit once it's set up and the money's been funded. Now, let me give you an example. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but the Philippines, one thing you need to know is if you go to the Philippines, don't get citizenship there. And the reason you don't want to do that is if you end up staying there and you're a citizen, they'll tax you on your worldwide income. It changes the territorial tax status when you go from a resident to a citizen. And it doesn't affect a lot of Filipinos because a lot of them are poor and they don't have money outside the country. So it really doesn't affect them that much. They hadn't had a lot of pressure from the government to try to change that. But if you are a foreigner, you've got money coming in. If you get married to a Filipina, just do not get citizenship. And in most cases, you're going to have to relinquish your other passport if you're coming from outside and you're coming in to get naturalized. And it's different for Filipinas. I've got other videos on that, and I've had people coming in saying, Tom, you're wrong. In the Philippines, you can get dual citizenship. You can in rare cases, okay? But the clients that I deal with that are non-Filipinas that are going in to get naturalized, you do have to relinquish your other citizenships to get that passport, okay? This is where a lot of people get confused. And a lot of these countries too allow somewhat dual citizenship, and I'll put on the videos that they don't, because in most cases it won't affect most people I'm dealing with. You know, Nicaragua is a good example. Honduras, I've mentioned that before. They don't allow dual citizenship except with certain countries. They're in almost all of them are in Central America, and I think Spain is an exception on that one too. So anyway, but the Philippines is a place you ought to really look at if you're single, especially. Beautiful women over there. But they've got airtight banking there, and they've got a lot of stuff to choose from to invest. They deal in different currencies and stuff, and it's very crypto friendly over there. So these are some other things that you have to look at. The Philippines is a very open place. I think so many people leave it out of their encyclopedia of countries to pick. And I'm gonna tell you something, I would put it at the very, very top. I mean, it's excellent banking, privacy, inexpensive, English speaking. Just don't get the citizenship. That's what I would tell you to do. And if you're going to go to a country and you're looking at getting a second passport to get that residency, I would mark that country out, because it's it's going to present a problem if you've got a lot of assets having to declare that once you become a citizen. Anyway, if you got a question or comment, just put it below. Would like to hear from you. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to that subscribe button. And folks, if you want to get more information on how to get your taxes to zero, how to get a passport as quick as 45 days, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.